Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the Popsicle Night channel. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. Please take a second to click the like button for me. It really helps with the algorithm getting my videos to more awesome viewers like you. And if you enjoy the content I create in this channel, please do consider subscribing if you have not already. This video is sponsored by PTCGO the best place to get Pokemon TCG code cards. Are you looking to complete your card collection online for the latest set? PTCGO has everything you need. And please use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so that you can get a 5% discount. Please enjoy the discount and your purchase directly supports the content I create in this channel. Thank you so much for your support and for supporting PTCGO. In today's video, I challenged myself to include all of the Pokemon we see in this MEW V full art in the deck. And we're going to try and win with this in the online tournaments. The Pokemon we see are Smeargle, Toxel, Hoopa V, which is the big leg we see in the front here, Toxtricity, Dreepy, and of course MEW V and MEW VMAX. So let's do a quick recap. Starting with MEW V, it has 180 HP with 0 retreat cost. It has minus 30 resistance to fighting and is weak to dark. It has 2 attacks. The first one is Energy Mix. This attack allows you to search your deck for an energy card, and then you can attach it to one of your Fusion Strike Pokemon. Its second attack is Psychic Leap. This attack does 70 damage, and you can choose to shuffle this Pokemon and everything attached to it into your deck. This is great for avoiding a KO on your opponent's turn, and this attack can be useful for your MEW VMAX to copy. MEW V's Dynamax form is MEW VMAX. It has 310 HP with 0 retreat cost, minus 30 resistance to fighting, and is weak to dark. It has 2 attacks. The first one is Cross Fusion Strike. For just 2 colorless energy, you can choose one of the attacks from one of your benched Fusion Strike Pokemon and use it as this attack. Regardless of the energy cost of the attack, it is just 2 colorless for MEW VMAX. Its second attack is Max Miracle. It deals 130 damage, and this attack is not affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon, practically making this attack unblockable. Because it's a bit of a long list, I will go over all the cards I used in this build at the end of the gameplay videos. However, you can find the complete deck list in the description if you're interested. And while this may be the most inconsistent MEW VMAX build in the world, I'm going to do my best to make this challenge work, and I'm going to try and win. I hope you enjoy the following gameplay videos. Alright, so let's get into this tournament here. We are up against Sean Jamin. And they're deciding who goes first. Hello to you. Let's have a good game. And we're going to start off with a MEW. We also have a Genesect V, which is great. So overall, this build of mine is actually full of Pokemon, which could get us really stuck. But we're going to go with it. We have 1 energy for MEW V. Not much else we could do here, so I'm just gonna pass. And looks like we're up against a Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX build, if I have to guess. So they're starting off with a Sobble. They're gonna replace our Stadium, and they're gonna Marnie. And I actually don't mind that. Hopefully we can get access to more basic Pokemon we can put in our bench. We got Dreepy, and we also have Hoopa V, which is great. So that allows us to draw up to 4 cards until we have 4 cards on our hand. And they're gonna finally show their Urshifu V onto their bench. So I'm gonna attack the Sobble. We can actually boss. We might be able to knock out this guy. Let's get a MEW VMAX into play here. And hopefully we can draw into an energy with the help of this Genesect V. Ooh, we didn't get any. We have Cramomatic. Maybe we can get one here. Ugh. Alright, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna pass. That's fine. They don't have any energies available to their Urshifu VMAX or Urshifu V, so we should still be okay. They're gonna evolve into a VMAX, so they might be able to do 150 damage minus 30 with their Gale Thrust. 120 damage, so we're still okay. We have Marnie. I could use Genesect V first though. And okay, we got a Cramomatic. So I'm gonna use this, and then I'll get a Clamperl because I could use that Gorbis to disrupt the abilities of my opponent's Rapid Strike abilities. So they probably weren't suspecting the Marnie, so that's really great. And then we get another Heads. Nice. Finally get a chance to get an energy here. So let's do that. And then we can just cross fusion strike this guy. And we're just gonna knock out their Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. So we're off to a good start. We get 3 prizes off of that because we are hitting for weakness, which is great. So we have a lot of power tablets on hand. When we can definitely knock out another one if we really wanted to. But yeah, we're just gonna have to find the Gorbis back again. And hopefully, well, you know what? It's not gonna disrupt their shady dealings, but at least that might slow them down, especially that turns off Pessimian's ability. So we might be able to survive more attacks that way. So it could go a long way for sure. They have Marnie. But I don't think... Yeah, even if they evolve into another Urshifu VMAX, they're not going to be able to knock out our active or our MEW V in the bench either way. But that just opens a way for us to just win this game, because now all we have to do is knock out that Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX and we can win this game. And there's the Gorbis, alright? So thank you to my opponent for giving us that. So now that's going to be able to disrupt the abilities of their Rapid Strike Pokemon. So even if they evolve into Inteleon with a quick shooting, they're not going to be able to use that, which could make a big difference. So if they're chipping away at our VMAXs and then they use a lot of quick shooting, they might just be able to knock out our MEW VMAX. Although we are able to protect our Fusion Strike because of the Fusion Strike energy, which prevents abilities from taking effect. So we also have a lesser Sparkle to do that. But so far I think we got this first game. We have Boss's Order. That's all we need to use. We just have to get that Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX into the active and then knock out their Urshifu. Alright, so they're going to pass it on to us. And let's just evolve here. Just going to Fusion Strike. I won't be able to attack this turn though, because I just used the Genesect V's attack. But we can evolve into another MEW VMAX. We can attach this. And I'm going to boss. Yeah, unfortunately I won't be able to attack. So I'll just, even if I retreat into my MEW VMAX, I can't. What I could have done though is actually attach that energy and probably put it on my... I don't know, I don't have a switch either, so either way I won't be able to attack this turn. So they might just be able to retreat. We lost our boss already. I should have just waited, but that's okay. I think we still got this game. Alright, they got a boss and Evolution Incense. Drizzile. Yeah, so the whole challenge for this build is it's pretty simple. I just wanted to use all the Pokemon that was in the MEW V's full art to see what that's all about. Maybe it was intentional that they put all those together. So I just took time to review all the attacks from all those Pokemon, see how it goes. Yeah, it's definitely not it's not suggested because it really makes the MEW VMAX build really inconsistent, and you know, it fills up your whole deck with a lot of Pokemon, which each time you draw with Genesect V, you could just get stuck with the ones you have on hand, and then you won't be able to draw into more cards. So despite them targeting both our MEW VMAX, they're not going to knock out any of our Pokemon. And what I'm going to do is just use Alessa Sparkle here and get 2 energy. I'll just put another one on the other MEW. We're going to win this one anyways. And I'm just going to use Cross Fusion Strike, and I'm going to use Shadow Impact. And that should be enough damage, hitting for weakness, to knock out this Urshifu VMAX for the win on our first round in this tournament. So good game. Moving on now to our next match. MyBizzle Troy will be our opponent. So let's have a good match here. I'm going to call heads here. I lose a coin flip, and I'm going to go second. Alright, got a few Mews, got a few basic Pokemon in play, which is really nice. Let me just put first Mew in the active, see what happens. Okay, we're up against a MEW VMAX build as well, and they're going to start really strong with a Battle VIP pass. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that to start, so thankfully though I have Quick Balls. I could get a Genesect from that, and then I can use the ability so I can draw into more cards. So they have a pretty basic, solid MEW VMAX build. They are using Rotom Phone as well, so that they can choose which cards they want from the top 5, put on top of it, and then they could just draw with their Genesect V for that card. Yeah, really strong basic build that a lot of competitors are actually playing at the moment. So really strong, really powerful drawing engine for sure. So what I'm going to do here is put Dreepy and Mew on the bench, and that's going to help us draw into more cards when we use our Genesect. So let me just discard this. Then let's see, there's nothing that really disrupts Fusion Strike with the Clamperl line, so I'll just get my Genesect, use their Stadium. We get an Alessa Sparkle, which is nice, but I don't know if there's anything that can help us to get our Toxel out of the active, because we can actually evolve that into Toxtricity, which could help us to subtract HP to our opponent's MEW VMAX. I'm just going to use Alessa Sparkle, which lessens the cards we have on hand. I'll just power up both my Mew, and then I'm going to Fusion Strike System. Okay, we get another Genesect. Let's see. Okay, we get a Cramomatic. Maybe we can get a switch. Well, we need two things actually. We need a switch and also another energy. Unfortunately, we don't get any of that. So we have nothing else that we could use on hand. So passing is the only option I have. And their MEW V can easily retreat. They can probably get their MEW VMAX set up this turn, and they could just knock out my Toxel. And they have options here actually. If they draw into boss's order with their Genesect V, then they can pick off my MEW Vs in the bench and then just gatekeep me at this point. So they're really quick, and that's the nature of any tournaments or competitions nowadays, especially when you play VMAX Pokemon against each other. It's just whoever has the best setup on their first term wins the game. So at this point, they already had a prize, which makes a really big difference, especially against this mirror match. Although my opponent's build is a little bit more solid than mine, but it's no excuse. I'm just going to do my best here at this point. And then I'm hoping for an energy. Hope maybe we can attack and also evolve into a MEW VMAX. Unfortunately, we draw into nothing. And then again, with all these unusable cards, that locks us out. We won't be able to draw into more cards with Genesect V. So I have no other choice here. Maybe I can attack with MEW V. Fusion Strike for one card. There's another energy. Unfortunately, no MEW VMAX, and then the Battle VIP pass is stuck on hand, so I won't be able to discard that at this point. I can use Infestation. Maybe I can boss, although I can't use boss now. I was thinking of, you know what? I can energize Dreepy, and then let me retreat into Dreepy. Let me use Infestation. They won't be able to retreat. Since they use Technoblast, they won't be able to attack again. But they are going to boss my MEW V I wonder if they can pivot here. They'll have to retreat and then switch back out into the active. But there's another MEW VMAX set up. All they need is an energy, but they have Melodious Echo to use, and that still knocks out my MEW V. So that's very unfortunate. They had all the special energies that they needed for that attack as well. So they're just, yeah, I'm struggling here. I don't know how else I can come back from that, but I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna just stall Fusion Strike System, join 2 more cards. We get Quick Ball, get rid of this. Yeah, it's a pro and con for the Battle VIP Pass. If you can't discard them, you're gonna get stuck. So I'm left with nothing. I didn't get any MEW VMAX to be able to copy an attack. I could use Psychic Leap, shuffle my MEW V back into the deck, but that's pretty much all I can do. So I'm just gonna go back to my old ways here and use Infestation, and just hopefully I can get this Genesect V stuck into the active, especially if they don't use Air Balloon or if they don't have access to switch. I might just be able to stall. Maybe I can draw into, I can use Marnie. Maybe I can get a MEW VMAX and finally start attacking. But as of right now, I'm I think it's appropriate to say that I'm dead drawing at this point. But yeah, they're just, man, all those item cards, man. They're probably gonna get what they need here. Probably have a switch. They have a boss. They're gonna target. No, they don't. Okay, but now we are gonna get stuck if we don't have a switch. Ooh, we didn't get it. Let me Fusion Strike for 1. Okay, nothing. So I'll have to use Marnie. Maybe we can get a switch here and MEW VMAX. We get a MEW VMAX, which is great. So let's evolve that. So now we have to switch out our Genesect V out of the active. And I'm just gonna discard this Evolution Incense. So hopefully we can draw into a switch here. There is a switch, but this is where I made a mistake because I was just focusing on just stalling. I don't know why I did that. I should have just focused on being aggressive and just knocked out this their Genesect V. Maybe that will get me 2 prize cards. But what I decided to do was just use Dreepy and keep this Genesect V into the active, and hopefully they draw into nothing. And because I've seen a lot of games where my opponent doesn't use a lot of switch, and then they end up getting their Genesect V stuck in the active, and it ultimately lost them the game because they couldn't get their Genesect V out of the active. But I relied too much on that thinking, which I think was the biggest mistake that I did in this game. So my opponent still got a switch, and they're gonna attack for a lot of damage. They got all of their power tablets, and they just drew into a lot of cards that turn. And now I have 300 damage on my MEW VMAX, and again, hoping to get their Genesect V stuck with their 7 cards left on their deck. That became my main objective at this point, and just keep their Genesect V in the active, and hopefully they deck out. But you probably guessed it. Yeah, we're gonna lose this game for sure. And all they needed to do was copy Oricorio's attack and just put damage counters on my MEW VMAX. That's where I lose the tournament. So let's get into another tournament here. We're gonna do it. Try it again. I'm pretty confident we can win with this MEW VMAX. Although we lost that first tournament, I think it is possible to win despite our disadvantage of having a really clogged up MEW VMAX build. Again, my whole goal or challenge for this was to include all of the Pokemon that was in the MEW V full art card, and it looks just fun, you know, being able to use all those different types of moves. But it can be a very detrimental to the consistency of the whole build. So we do start with a Battle VIP Pass, and Genesect V definitely is a good way to start the game. So, and then Larias is really good too. Especially our opponent is has an advantage against our MEW VMAX build. They are using an Eternatus VMAX. So I'll sacrifice the rod. We get heads on that coin flip, and let's see, the best option, I think, make sure you review all of your cards so that you're not missing anything. I'll just get a MEW VMAX and continue to draw into more cards with my Genesect V. I'm just gonna pass. I don't think my opponent will be able to attack this turn with their Eternatus V. The best they could do is attack for 30 damage or 60 damage. And they're using Zigzagoon. However, they targeted our MEW with the Fusion Strike energy. And again, the Fusion Strike actually prevents that ability from inflicting our Pokemon with that Fusion Strike energy. So they're going to attack for 60, target our MEW V. However, we have a MEW VMAX available here and also Power Tablet. We can power up our MEW VMAX and we can actually knock out this Eternatus V with a single hit, as long as we copy the oh, we also have Hoopa V. We can just copy Genesect V's attack and be able to knock out their main attacker this first setup. All right, we get heads again from that coin flip, which is great. And I think I'm just gonna get another Power Tablet. I don't remember, did I use a Power Tablet already? I don't know. I'll just get that just to make sure. But if we knock out this Eternatus V, we should be okay. So I'm just gonna use Cross Fusion Strike, and I'm just gonna use Technoblast, and that will knock out their Eternatus V. So now we don't have any worries for the meantime. They'll have to set up another Eternatus V. They need 2 energies to attack, so Eternatus V is a little slow in terms of setup with its energy. There are ways around it, however, ooh, okay, they don't have any other Pokemon, so we get a freebie on this first round. We're just gonna Max Miracle their Zigzagoon to win us the first round of this tournament. So, good game. Alright, moving now to our second match. We win the coin flip, and I'm gonna go first. I actually think going first with a MEW VMAX build is great, because you can attack for a lot of damage turn 2, and possibly even knock out VMAXs. So, okay, this is gonna be a MEW VMAX battle, I guess. Yeah, MEW V has been very popular in the tournaments for sure. I've been encountering a lot of MEW Vs in the tournaments. So we'll just energize MEW V. I'm gonna use, or I can hold off on Cramomatic. I mean, I could sacrifice it, I guess. Let's see, maybe we can set up more basic Pokemon. So I'm gonna go for the Battle VIP Pass. We have one more in the deck. So I'll just use this, and then I can set up another Genesect V. We are up against the MEW VMAX. We don't have Hoopa V. That would have been very useful against this matchup, but unfortunately it's prized. So we're just gonna go with this. I'm just gonna get another Genesect V and another MEW V set up in the bench. So just to thin out my hand, we're just gonna put that there. Unfortunately, this hand is terrible. I mean, we can switch out our Toxel, but that's pretty much it. I could use up my switch, and then switch back, retreat, just to thin out my hand and draw into one more card. Okay. Then I'm just gonna pass. My opponent won't be able to evolve into a MEW VMAX just yet, so the most damage they could do is 70 at this point. But they're gonna target, or they're gonna stall by bossing my Genesect V into the active, and they're just gonna energize their MEW. Good thing though, we have Switch on hand, so now we can draw into a lot more cards. I do need a MEW VMAX here, so that I can hopefully knock out this Mew. Oh, we don't get anything. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna Psychic Leap, I think. At least they won't be able to knock out my Mew and take the Fusion Strike energy along with it, because I might need that Fusion Strike energy later on. So what I'm gonna do is pivot into Toxel. I'm thinking Toxel. Let me just use Latias instead, because Toxel can evolve into Toxtricity. It might help reducing, if they do evolve into MEW VMAX, that could help reduce the HP of their Pokemon. So let's pivot into MEW V. I have Evolution Incense, so I can get a MEW VMAX. So let's evolve. I have Dreepy and also Smeargle, so I can draw into more cards. Attach 1 energy. So we can draw 3 cards here. There's the Toxtricity, nice. And we just use up this Ordinary Rod. That way I can draw into 2 more cards with another, with the Genesect's ability. I don't think we'll need that. We get heads from our Cram-O-Matic. I need another energy, so I'll get Alessa's Sparkle. Use that to energize my Mew and my Genesect. I might be able to attack with Genesect, so... And then I'm just gonna... Hold on. Yeah, we should be able to knock out this guy with just the Max Miracle, getting us to our first 2 prizes. You know, the whole challenge here really is that RNG really does play a big part in the games. You know, it doesn't matter sometimes how good your deck is, but like our opponent is not. If they have Genesect V, they're not getting anything here. And with MEW V, VMAX builds with no available supporter cards to draw into more cards, you could get stuck like my opponent here. So I can easily retreat my Genesect V, but that will mean I'll have to discard my Fusion Strike energy. But if I can get a switch, that would be great. Okay, we still don't get it. And I mean, I have Boss. I could target their MEW V on my next turn, so I think I'll just save that. I'll gust up their MEW V in the active and just knock it out on my next turn. Okay, they're gonna switch. Cram-O-Matic. They get Tails. Alessa's. Oh, see, yeah, my opponent is just not getting the cards that they need, unfortunately, and that's ultimately gonna affect the whole strategy of the game. They have energy on their MEW V, but we can easily knock it out. Genesect V could just knock it out, yeah. So there's the scoop. Good game. So moving on to our last match here. So we got away with 2 matches so far. Yeah, our RNG definitely played a part on our first 2 wins there. Even though we were weak against Eternatus V, we just were able to set up earlier than they could, and we knocked out their Eternatus V, and they didn't have any other basics to set up. And also our MEW V didn't have Genesect, and they just ran out of cards and they were dead drawing, and we won that game easily. So now we are up against another MEW VMAX build here. Of course, we have the we have a disadvantage again. Our build is just clogged up with a lot of Pokemon that is really unnecessary to make a really strong, consistent MEW VMAX build. So, but we're gonna try and win this. Hopefully, we can win this round and call it a day. But yeah, it's another mirror match. My opponent's starting off with the Genesect V, Meloetta, and also their MEW V. They are using Tool Jammer, which could be useful. And I've been seeing a lot of the Vitality Band being used in MEW VMAX builds too. And that's the only thing. MEW VMAX can copy any Fusion Strike Pokemon's attacks. However, there are a limited number of Pokemon, Fusion Strike Pokemon with good attacks that I don't think there's any Pokemon that can one-hit KO any VMAX as of this point. You will have to rely on the power tablets for sure to deal a one-hit KO. And for me, having Smeargle is great, actually, which could help out. You could stall with it. You lose one prize card, but then you gain 2 power tablets, and that could just win you the game. They are gonna shuffle their MEW V back into the deck, probably thinking that we can get a MEW VMAX here and just knock them out. So they did exactly what I would have done, just like what I did in my second game of this tournament. So now I have full power on MEW V. I just need to draw into a MEW VMAX, and I think that's great. There it is, Evolution Incense. And I only have 1 copy in the deck, so we'll just evolve into our MEW V Fusion Strike system one more time, and I can safely use my Marnie, and we get 2 more, actually 3. We have another Quick Ball, but we're not gonna be able to use Fusion system just yet anyways, but I'll just get my Oricorio, which adds defense to my MEW, and then I'll just recycle that back to my hand, and we're just gonna knock out this Meloetta. And I'm just gonna use Photon Boost from Deoxys. And actually Deoxys has a really good attack. For the most part, you will be attaching Fusion Strike energy on MEW VMAX, so that actually attacks for 160 damage, which is pretty reasonable, and you don't have to end your turn. Unlike Techno Blast, it does 210 damage, but then you can't attack. You'll have to pivot back and out so that you can attack with MEW VMAX again. Yeah, my MEW VMAX build is not as great, especially I only have 2 MEW VMAX. I can't afford to get a third one. I just got these 2 MEW VMAX from my poverty pulls. So, you know, just grinding for those lock packs and just opening as much packs as you can, and hopefully you can get MEW VMAX, and it's so hard to get it too. But I'm just thankful that I got 2, and I just traded for the MEW Vs, which are a lot cheaper than MEW VMAX. So there's more setup going on our opponents' end, and they're gonna be able to use Techno Blast to knock out our Genesect V, and I think that's their whole plan here, is to just disrupt my drawing capabilities. So I'm just gonna start energizing my Meloetta. We might be able to use its attack, and I might be able to retaliate here, but I could target a MEW V. So that will remove another attacker from getting set up on their next turn. Use this drawing system from Genesect V, replace their Stadium, and I'll just use Techno Blast. Yeah, Melodious Echo only deals 140, 160, so we'll have to use Techno Blast here, ensuring that we knock out this MEW V, which gets us 2 more prizes. We get a Switch and a Cram-O-Matic. I can only use Cram-O-Matic once, and I don't feel like discarding my Switch, so I don't know. I'm thinking of just discarding the other Cram-O-Matic. Hopefully we can get something we need. They're gonna boss my other Genesect V, so now they're gonna remove our drawing capabilities here. I mean, I have 4 Genesect Vs in this build, so I might be able to find 1 more. But at this point, I could just get stuck. I have 32 cards left in the deck. But my opponent's grinding through their deck, man. They have 4 Genesect Vs in play. And yeah, they're they're gonna knock out our Genesect V for another 2 prizes. So they need 1 more prize. My opponent just needs 1 more turn to win here. But we have access to Alessa Sparkle. Dude, you know what? I think we can win this. We can one-hit KO this MEW VMAX. Well, we need heads here. Yes! Dude, Hoopa V, we could have used that early on in the game. That would have been a really good matchup against our opponent's MEW VMAX. But let's just make sure we have everything we need here. We have 2 Fusion Strike in the deck, so we can definitely use Alessa Sparkle. So Meloetta does 70 damage times 4. So what I'll need here is a power tablet. 280 damage with Meloetta, 280. And with a 30 damage extra, we should be able to knock out this MEW VMAX for 310 damage. So let's go ahead and use Alessa Sparkle. Get those 4 Fusion Strike energies in play. And I can energize Deoxys, use this, and use Cross Fusion Strike for Melodious Echo, knocking out this MEW VMAX with 1 hit, winning us the tournament. Good game, man. Good game. And now, the following are the Pokemon we're going to include in the deck based on the MEW V full art, regardless of their usefulness. So let's take a look at each Pokemon and their attacks that MEW VMAX might be able to copy. With that said, let's start with the first Pokemon, Smeargle. It has 2 attacks. The first one is Catching Trash. This allows you to put up to 2 Fusion Strike trainer cards from your discard pile into your hand. This is great for recovering the power tablets when you need it the most. And its second attack is Tail Whap, which deals 80 damage. Next up is Toxel. It has 2 attacks. The first one is Growl. You receive 30 less damage from the defending Pokemon during your opponent's next turn, which could be useful defensively if you need to stall. Its second attack is Tiny Bolt, which deals 10 damage. Next up is Hoopa V. It has the ability Two-Faced, allowing it to have 2 typings, Psychic type and Dark type, allowing you to have an advantage against other MEW VMAX builds. It has the attack Shadow Impact. For 2 dark and 1 colorless energy, it will deal 170 damage, after which you deal 3 damage counters on one of your own Pokemon. This attack can pretty much one-hit KO any VMAX that has weakness to dark. With the help of the Fusion Strike energy and 1 dark energy in the deck, we can power up this attack when we need Hoopa to attack. Next is Toxtricity, which is the evolution of Toxel. This has the ability Maximum Downer. If all your Pokemon in play are Fusion Strike Pokemon, your opponent's VMAX Pokemon in play gets minus 30 HP. This is great because it has an instant and constant damage against your opponent's VMAX, which may make it easier for MEW VMAX to knock out bulkier opponents. It also has the attack Headbolt, which deals 90 damage. And then we also have Dreepy. It only has 1 attack, Infestation, which deals 10 damage, and this attack prevents your opponent's defending Pokemon from retreating. And of course, we have the MEW V and MEW VMAX line. And that makes up every Pokemon in this full art card. But other than these, I've included other Pokemon. Of course, we have our Genesect V with a Fusion Strike system ability. Once during your turn, you can draw cards until you have as much cards in your hand as you have Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. This is a very powerful ability, and this will be our main drawing engine. It has one of the stronger attacks that MEW VMAX can copy, Techno Blast. This attack deals 210 damage, but you can't attack on your next turn. You'll have to pivot out of the active and back again if you want to attack again. I also have Meloetta. It has the attack Melodious Echo. This attack deals 70 damage times the number of Fusion Strike energy in play. So if you have 4 in play, this attack will do a maximum of 280 damage. Next, I also have Deoxys. It has the attack Photon Boost. This attack deals 80 plus damage, but if you have a Fusion Strike energy attached, this attack will deal 160 damage instead. And finally, I have Oricorio here too. It has the Lesson in Zeal ability, which reduces damage received by all your Fusion Strike Pokemon by 20 damage. This is great for defense, and it also has the attack Glistening Droplets, which allows you to put 5 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. I also have Clamperl, which evolves to either Huntail or Gorbis. Huntail has the ability Single Strike Jammer. Your opponent's Single Strike Pokemon's attacks cost 1 colorless energy more. And it also has the attack Cavernous Chomp, which deals 80 damage. Gorobus has the ability Rapid Strike Canceller. Your opponent's Rapid Strike Pokemon in play have no abilities, which is a great disruption ability. It also has the attack Draining Kiss, which deals 50 damage, and then you can heal for 30 damage, which could be good for recovery. And finally, I have one copy of Latias. More for its attack, Dyna Barrier. It deals 70 damage, and then during your opponent's next turn, you can prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from Pokemon VMAX. As for the other cards worth noting, we have the Battle VIP Pass. You can only use this on your first turn, and this allows you to find up to 2 basic Pokemon from your deck and put them to your bench. This is great for finding your Genesect V and MEW V, and of course the more Fusion Strike Pokemon you have in play, the more cards Genesect V will be able to draw. Next up is Cram-O-Matic. To use this card, you will have to discard other item cards from your hand, and if you do, flip a coin, and if it's heads, you can search your deck for any one card. This card is very powerful, but it's very dependent on RNG, so you can't always rely on this one. But this is great for thinning out your hand, especially if you still have the remnants of your other unused Battle VIP passes. You can use Cram-O-Matic to discard them so you can use this card. Power tablets are almost always an essential to any MEW VMAX builds or Fusion Strike builds because it simply increases the attack of your Fusion Strike Pokemon by 30 damage. With enough of this, you might just be able to one-hit KO any Pokemon in the game with MEW VMAX. I also have Alessa Sparkle, which allows you to search your deck for up to 2 Fusion Strike energy, and then you can attach it to 2 different Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. And of course, Fusion Strike Energy, which acts as any type of energy, and it prevents the effects of an ability from inflicting your Pokemon with this attached. Next up, I also have Tool Scrapper. Old Cemetery, just so we have something to counter Path to the Peak, which prevents Genesect V from using its ability. And it may also add extra damage each time our opponent attaches energy to their non-psychic type Pokemon. As for the other cards, I also have Evolution Incense, Switch, Boss's Orders, and Marnie, which can help disrupt our unsuspecting opponent's hand. Finally, 4 basic energies so that we can easily recover it using the Ordinary Rod. I'm very happy that I was able to get 2 copies of MEW VMAX, which I got from my poverty pools off of locked packs, because it's so expensive in the trades right now. But anyways, that's pretty much it. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicle Night channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.